Hey guys, how's it going? Just doing a little bit of Hearthstone again. Hearthstone, Jesus Christ. Stonehearth. I've been playing too much Hearthstone, clearly. It's actually Alpha 8 now, and I did a couple of videos a while back, and I think it was Alpha 6 still. It might have been Alpha 7, but I'm pretty sure it's Alpha 6. And so I'm just going to kind of get these guys going. But there's been quite a few changes in Alpha 8 that make the game pretty good at this moment. I'd say, like, before I think, it was a really good proof of concept. And if you liked it, then that's cool. But maybe it was definitely maybe not like a definite purchase yet, just because there wasn't heaps to do. Um, you kind of did run out of stuff like fairly quickly. But now it's definitely kind of on that point now where I think there's actually a lot of things you can do, and it's sort of getting it's kind of getting to the point where, like, I think you can definitely play for a while. My only problems with it at the moment, just playing this alpha, I've been playing it a little bit before recording, is there does seem to still be quite a lot of bugs. Like, you will just have like game files that'll just like crash and it's just sort of like start again pretty much, which is pretty shit. But it's that sort of thing where, look, it is alpha for a reason, and I'm pretty sure it's a fairly small development team. I've seen them like do live streams every now and then. They do live streams on Twitch of them developing stuff, which is really cool to watch. But I don't actually know how many people there are in the team. Like, there's usually only one person streaming, but I think there's a few more kind of behind the scenes and stuff. So some of the big changes, at least, we probably missed a few. I think there was a few, like, I think Shepherds were added in Alpha 7, but obviously we wouldn't have seen them. So we're going to change this guy first. But now the other big one is mining, has had this sort of massive update. Where I think you could mine in Alpha 7, I think that did exist. Now you can actually get like minerals. Now you can get like gold and iron and coal and stuff like that, and actually make a blacksmith, which you can see if I go to change jobs. The blacksmith is here, and to get him you need to make a mason, and then the mason can make a blacksmith hammer, and that'll get you a blacksmith. And you also see here is the shepherd, which is our first sort of promotional class, which is they have to become a trapper first, and then after they're a trapper for a certain time, I think they have to get to level 3 or 4 as a trapper, then they can become a shepherd and you can actually get sheep and stuff and like have a pasture sort of thing. But we might make this guy a trapper anyway. I tend to not use the trappers as much anymore. I don't really know why. They just don't seem like super useful at the very start. You definitely need them later on because you start needing leather, and that's sort of the main way to get leather. But at the very start, like, I actually think these berry bushes should probably be nerfed. Like, maybe not heaps, but maybe not even like the amount of them on the map. Like, there's heaps of them around here, as you can see. There's heaps down here. There's heaps here. There's a bunch here. A bunch there. Bunch there. Like, there's tons of them, so there's tons of different sort of starting points, because it sort of just makes it too easy to start near one. Like, it's like, why wouldn't you start near them? Because they're just free food. There's heaps here, but it'd be kind of hard to start at the back here, I think. Yeah, they're just free food, and it sort of just makes your life so much easier, because you just don't have to worry about, like, getting a farm going really early. So I think it'd be fine if they stayed as they are, like, the amount of them. But the respawn on berries should be way longer, because at the moment it's like, before they even eat once, you can usually harvest these berry bushes like 3 or 4 times. Now, let's just show you guys some of the mining stuff. So you notice now we've got this X-ray and this terrain slice. So if you look at this, we go to terrain slice, it actually gives you like half of a layer basically. And now we can use this new mining tool to dig into here. And we'll just dig in there a little bit. These guys all run off. If you get out of slice mode, just see it's only half. Well, it's a bit less than half, but you get the idea. Now I'll start digging in there. And now, what happened to our carpenter? I'm gonna want to build him a workshop. Let's build it over here somewhere. Now, actually, really, I kind of want to clear out like pretty much all these trees. So, that's what I'm gonna do. And I think we'll get rid of this stone as well while we're here. So we've got a nice clean sort of area. Um, yeah, I don't know. Like I've actually been starting a lot more like up on a bit of a rise rather than like on the very flat ground. Not that it's that easy now. Like there's a lot of rises around, but mostly just because of the mining stuff. So like obviously when you get into mining, and you'll see now you can actually see like this should be coal. Yep, coal vein. So every now and then, like it's not that common, but you will see them on the outside, like of a mountain. You'll just see like random veins. Let's see if we can see any others. There's coal there. Is there anything else around here? Don't really see anything. Yeah, it might just be either the fog of war doesn't show it, or like it's just not much because it is fairly rare to see it on the very outside. Let's just see how it goes here. One thing I don't like is it's actually really hard to tell that they're even in there. Like, I mean, obviously you can see because they're there, but when they're not, like the top and the bottom kind of just really mesh. Like, you see here, you can kind of see like it almost meshes together. Like, so it really does help having slice mode so you can see it like top down like that. Because otherwise it gets really hard. It's a hunk of stone. I was kind of hoping we'd find some ore, but it doesn't look like we have. Is there any over here where they're dumping it all? No. But yeah, basically if you just mine out like this, you'll get ore and stuff like that that you can use at your miner. I'm kind of waiting for it to come daytime so you can show you guys the new settle recruitment thing. This is a big thing actually, because before you kind of just have to wait and be like, hope I get some more like random. It was kind of like a random event. It was like when the traders come. It was just kind of a hope I get a new settler like as a random event. Because you only start with 7, and it gets a bit harder later on once you're starting to try to promote people to all these jobs and then still have people to be workers essentially. But now with the new system, is that just dirt? Yeah, it is. Oh, that's interesting. Apparently you can clip through the world and like look at the stars. Curious. Yeah, but now with the new system, which you'll see once it becomes daytime, you don't really have to worry about that so much. You can kind of just, like build whatever, and you'll get workers as long as you are kind of meeting the requirements. As it has like a food and a, I think it's what is it? Food, wealth, and morale. I think it is something like that. Anyway, as long as you're kind of meeting those requirements each day, you'll just get the guys like straight away. So it's not too bad at all. I'm gonna build a couple of things here. I think. I think this is one of my. Yeah, I think I want the bunkhouse. Yeah, but we want to face it this way so they can actually like get into it properly. What do we want it like here? Maybe is good. Yeah, I think that works. Let's just go there. Yeah, like there's definitely still a lot of bugs and like even like building things is really fun, but and like I love being able to save your designs and stuff like that. But even then, like there's still glitchy stuff with building things, which can be super annoying. And sometimes you just have to like almost start again. Like you don't have to, but like you can just totally screw like a building part and it's just like, well, I can't delete it. So I think that's definitely something that needs to be put in. Like I don't know how. Maybe once it's in alpha, even like once it's in beta or something, or like once it's more stable, I guess they probably don't need it as much. But at the moment, I think it would be great to have some sort of like forced deletion tool, or like if it's even if it's just purely like a dev tool that no one like you shouldn't actually technically be using. Kind of like a lot of like MMOs, they'll have like a slash stuck, something like that in alpha and beta, just because it's likely for people to get stuck in places. Something like that with this would be good for a forced delete, because every now and then you'll get like a table stuck in midair or something, and there's just and like you might even get like a person stuck under it and stuff like that, and you just can't like get rid of it because no one can ever get to it, sort of thing, to take it down. And that becomes somewhat of a pain. Let's speed up time a bit. I don't want this to be too long. I'm probably not going to do like a massive series on it or anything like I did before. I just really wanted to kind of explain some of the changes and kind of talk about, yeah, like maybe it's not bad an idea to check it out now that it's had a bit more added to it. Because that's sort of really been my biggest problem, is there's not not heaps going on. The goblin stuff's a bit more fun now. Like they kind of come in fairly predictable waves rather than being like, you just get raided by 60 goblins at the very start of the game. Now it's a lot more like they come in like I think it's like wave of one, then a wave of three maybe. It might be one, then two, then three or something like that. But it scales up is all I'm trying to say. So you can kind of account for it and be like, oh, let's kind of get ready. Like there's no. It's not like you're like, oh shit, I might get raided by like 10 goblins tomorrow. So here you go. This is a daily update thing I was talking about. And if you do miss it, you can just pop up in here in this bulletins, and click it, and you'll see this is basically what you get each day. So we didn't make the net worth, so we don't get a new villager. But basically, I don't really quite get the net worth thing. I'm not sure if it's like making like tools and stuff, or gathering like just minerals and stuff. Um, but either way, essentially, yeah, you just have to get, and this does go up. So once you get eight villages or hearthlings, I think they're called. That's what they're called. Yeah, hearthlings. Once you get 8 of them, you'll need more the next time. And things like morale now have a factor. Like you'll see if we go into this guy, that he actually has morale. So he's over a morale 46. And get it from nutrition, shelter, safety, stuff like that. So essentially, like if you're protecting them from goblins, they have somewhere to sleep, they can eat at a table and stuff. Then you'll probably always meet this morale requirement. But if you're not doing so well and people are sleeping outside all the time and goblins are killing people, then that might not be met. This food requirement can be a bit brutal as well sometimes. Like once you actually get a decent farming sort of setup going on, it's sort of irrelevant. I mean, most of this ends up becoming fairly irrelevant fairly early. A lot of times you won't meet the very first day one, but then from then on you'll meet every day for the next like 5 or 6 days, and there won't be any sort of problems. Yeah. So other than that, I wanted to show you guys this as well. So this is a new party system, which I think is awesome. And we might even make one of our guys. I think we have a sword now. Yep. You can put anyone in there, but I think like the biggest use for it at the moment is kind of using it on your footmen. So we can create a party. Okay, we can name the party something like town defense, I guess. And then we can add people to it. So you can add this guy. But you can add whoever you want, and you can basically set them to rally and defend. So, defend is like they'll they'll basically just go over there and they'll kind of just defend the area. And if you like activate the town defense sort of thing, they'll head over there straight away and kind of try to kill whatever's going on. Or you can do this like attack thing, and if we find out where sorry there he is. If we went to attack and we just placed it over here, see how he just immediately runs there? He's just like, oh god, there's something going on. Did we rename this? Maybe we did. Town defense. I thought we did, but okay, there we go. And he'll just stay there basically until either you turn it off or until like he'll find something. And it's very similar. They act very similar to if goblins were nearby anyway. So they'll sort of run over there and stand like say here. But then there is a big radius, so if any goblins are kind of coming along there, they will like run off and try to fight the goblin sort of thing. So yeah, I think that's really cool. This looks interesting as well. It's not implemented yet, but I'm guessing it'll be a way of like kind of bringing up all your workshops at once, rather than kind of having to find your workshop, click on it, click show workshop, or finding the carpenter, clicking show workshop, stuff like that. I'm guessing it'll just bring them all up, which I think that'll be pretty cool, pretty damn handy. What else did I want to show you guys? Let's talk about. I might make another video later, probably not, but we'll see. Just actually show the blacksmith in action. But I was gonna make one, but then there was a patch and my save file got like corrupted, so I had to like start again with this one. But I mean, yeah, I think that's the problem at the moment. My biggest problems, and again, like this could just be me. Like other people might not have these problems at all. You might be playing this saying, "What the hell are you talking about, man? Like I never have any of these problems." Yeah, someone fighting. Yeah, you might be watching this and saying like, dude, I never have any problems with like my games crashing or anything like that happening, and it's just you're crazy. Which is entirely possible. Like it could just only mostly be happening to me. But I think it is something that people still need to be cautious of. Well, not cautious of, but just aware of. I don't even think it's necessarily a detriment to the game yet. I think it's still a lot of fun to kind of like check out and build, cool stuff. And I mean, check out these lighting effects on this fire. That's cool as. You see people like running past it, actually affects it and stuff. I reckon that's awesome. I'm pretty sure you can actually like, let's move this over here. I'm pretty sure it will like affect it. Yep. So yeah, it's cool. You can actually like have like fairly dynamic lighting. But let's seriously move that away from the fire because that seems dangerous. So our guys are almost finished building our house. And then that's probably about it. Like, I don't know what else we'd really say. Like, that's the thing is, I don't know, like, this game, like, I kind of want to do, videos of a few games like this, but, I don't know, like, maybe they are interesting for people, like, I just kind of think, like, you know, maybe they're interesting, but at the same time I can imagine them being quite dull, because, a lot of it is just, essentially waiting for these guys to actually finish, like, mining or finish building stuff, like, like, at the moment I can't really do that much other than tell them to gather stuff and kind of wait for this building to be done. Which, is a lot of fun to play. I'm just not sure if it's a lot of fun to watch. So I kind of want to keep it more to like the little spotlight sort of thing, saying like, "Hey, you guys, check this out." I think adding ladders. This was added a while ago. I think it was like Alpha 5 maybe. But being able to just add ladders is just ridiculously useful. Like for getting up to places like these, but even like once your once your buildings are built, you can just put a ladder at the back of your building or something, and because half the time they'll leave like stone or wood or something on top of the. I kind of was hoping this trick would do it, so I could like have a really good example. But like every now and then, like they'll get called off to something, and they'll just leave a block of wood on the top of your house, and it's kind of like, well, I mean, it doesn't really matter, I guess, but like it annoys me that it's there, and then two, like, it's resources that you could use for something else. So I'm kind of hoping we'll get a villager this day. We're not going to again. Oh, so close. That's depressing. I mean, all that really happens is rather than hitting okay, it says you got a villager, and the good thing is you don't have to accept them. Um, you can say like no, like decline. It comes up with accept or decline. So you can actually sort of say, nah, I don't really want a new villager. I got enough as it is. I don't really know why you would. Seems like it's always good to have more villagers. I guess maybe if you didn't have enough like beds and stuff, and you kind of just were like, oh, I'll wait until I've got like extra bedding for them to fill up. Yeah, I don't even know about that though, because it just seems like it's always better to have them. I was kind of really hoping we'd find some ore, but apparently the game just hates us. You will find some, I promise you that, but it basically just looks like this stone, but with like gold chunks or copper chunks. What is there? I think there's gold, copper, tin, iron. Yeah, and then you make steel with and coal. So yeah, there's iron, coal, tin, copper, and gold. And I think there might be diamonds. Don't know, but yeah, gold and like tin and copper you can make bronze out of to make bronze like weapons and armor, and then steel is just coal and iron. So that's it's pretty cool. But hopefully you guys are enjoying the game, and you're kind of getting a bit of an idea of where it's going, I guess. I'm really interested to see like what some of these classes are, like what these kind of guys promote to, and it's just all these classes. Like there's a whole bunch of classes here, like blacksmith like goes to 3 classes. I'm guessing one will be like armorsmith, weaponsmith maybe, and then something else. Let's see if we can actually make the mason's hammer, because I would be interested to show you guys this. Can we make it yet? Yes, we can. Okay, so we'll make that quickly. Because it is cool now, like with weapons, you can actually make weapons that have an effect, like they actually have increased damage and stuff like that. So is this our carpenter? I'm guessing it is, because she seems to be in a hurry. I'm not sure why these guys had all. Oh, I guess they're picking up that wood, right? Okay, so we got our mason's hammer. So let's make someone a mason. You look like you want to be a mason. Speaking of that, Peyton, you look like you want to be a farmer. That's what I heard, anyway. So we have a mason now. which is here. And let's build our workshop. That's the thing as well, you see in here now we actually have this animal pasture. So you can create like an animal pasture. Obviously like we don't have a shepherd yet, so we can't do it. You got your normal traps, you got our farms. I think these are all the same. I don't think there's any like new things there. Let's remove that though. But in here, you'll see now we can build. One, you can build a lot of cool stuff, and you can build this blacksmith hammer to make a blacksmith, which is pretty damn handy. Which I might actually see if we can just make quickly. Like, because if we just upgrade a couple of these things, you'll probably get to level 1. So let's just maybe make like 10 of those, because you'll probably upgrade that. But you'll see on this stone mall, you actually do have like 12 attack now. So you can make a stone mall, and your guys, like your footmen, basically they'll go to the stockpile whenever there's any new weapons or armor. And it seems like at the moment you can't actually like, obviously you can see like what they're wearing, but it doesn't seem like you can force them to wear something. They kind of just like equip whatever they think's best, I guess. So whatever's like good for them is just whatever they equip. Which, you know, I mean, I guess that's cool. I don't know if that's good or not, but it would be nice to be able to like actually like, you know, pick what they wear, I guess. But at the same time, like, you know, it's not a huge deal. Like, at least it kind of works, and they get better stats and more defense and stuff like that. So I can't argue too much. And it might even be something that they're looking at making. Like, it might even be a thing of, yeah, you know, like we're looking at bringing it in where. Okay, so he's level 1 now. So let's see if we can make a blacksmith hammer, and I'll make this stone maul as well, just so you guys can see. And now I don't think we have any ore yet, but at least you'll be able to see what the blacksmith can actually make. And I think that'll be a good place to wrap up. Actually, what might be a good idea is to make some beds. Kind of forgot about that. So let's make like 4 beds, some dining tables, and some chairs. Ah, he already got it. So he already made that. Let me just slow down time a little bit. But you'll see now he's walking around with this giant stone maul. You can sit in there. So he gets rid of his practice sword. I don't think the practice sword comes back into the stockpile though. Yeah, it doesn't. So you use the practice sword to turn them into a soldier. But then it kind of doesn't come back or anything. But let's see if we can make... This guy will do. You are now a blacksmith. Fine, sir. But you see what I mean? Like, already we're almost out of, like, just plain workers. And to be fair, like, the farmers and stuff, they will help out. And do, like, building and stuff. But if there's farming to be done, they kind of just ignore it and go, well, too bad, we're doing this instead. So let's place a few items in here. Which way is up on this? I suppose it doesn't really matter. Oh, the bigger side, obviously. So let's place a bed there. Bed there. A bed there. And a bed there. For now. And then let's get some tables going. Cool. So, what happened to our blacksmith? There he is. Build a workshop. Hopefully he'll come over here in a second. And it also does seem like the food requirements and stuff like that, like on this daily update that's gonna pop up, it's kind of like, it's not actually like what you got that day, it's like a total in your stash. So even the stuff like the wealth, like, that will kind of inevitably go up. There's sort of not much you can really do to stop it going up. Just like as time goes past sort of thing. So let's have a look what's in here, and then let's maybe wrap up. So you see you got all these smelting options, which are kind of just, you know, like this is like the copper ore and stuff. It looks kind of like the stone, but just with little chunks kind of coming out of it. Same with the gold, they're all very much the same. And you'll see like here, to make tin, it's kind of just these. So you basically use this to make ingots, and then to like make things like bronze. I don't know why these aren't showing up, but you see like steel, you need iron ore and coal. And this is a copper and tin. I don't know why it's not showing up though. Just be annoying, I guess. And the other good thing about this is you can actually make a carpenter saw. So before, like, if you carpenter died or something, like, there's just, you didn't have a carpenter, basically. And finally we got it. So now we can hit accept, and we get Raven Isiel. Instead, it's kind of come in off the side of the road. Yeah, alright, I'll take that deal. And now we have another person, which is awesome. Really helps you kind of grow your village quite quickly. But yeah, you'll see like here we've got armor, that's defense. You can get a shield now, so you can actually be holding a shield and a weapon, which is pretty cool, I think. And then yeah, there's obviously like a whole bunch of weapons for them to have. And yeah, you can get your trap and a carpenter saw, because you start the game with a trapper's knife and a carpenter saw. And up until now, there was no way to kind of get another one. It was kind of just like, well, that's the one you start with, so good luck. But you know, now you can actually get one, which is pretty cool, I think. Let's just like place some of these chairs down before we go. Just, I don't know why. There we go. So now they got somewhere to eat and somewhere to sleep. Well, some of them do anyway. Need to kind of expand this out, but you guys get the idea. But hopefully you guys enjoyed that, and you'll kind of see what I mean. Like sometimes they get weirdly stuck. I don't actually think he is stuck. I'm pretty sure he can move out when he like gets an order to do something, but it has gotten a little bit better like that. Like sometimes if they do get stuck in places, they kind of just like sit there for a minute, and then they kind of go, "Oh shit, okay, yeah, see, he got out." But yeah, hopefully you guys are enjoying Stonehearth, and if you don't have it, then I would definitely at this point I would start to look at it. I mean, I think before it was kind of a really cool idea, and I could definitely understand if people weren't too keen on shelling out money for it just yet. But I think this is the point where it's definitely come a long way, and I think at this point, yeah, it is worth kind of thinking about at least, if not definitely buying it. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy, and as always, take it easy. If you liked the video, be sure to hit like. I probably won't do another one. I think I've kind of explained everything that happened in the alpha. I'm definitely planning to do like a Let's Play series of this game, but I kind of want it, two things. I want it to be one, less buggy, so that we don't get to episode 5 and then the game, like, you know, our save file gets corrupted and we can't play anymore. And then 2, I kind of want a bit more to be in. So I'm thinking maybe like alpha 10 or 11, depending on like how much they add, sort of thing. That we'll do a bit of a Let's Play series. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Like I said, hit the like. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see more videos of me kind of being a derp. And yeah, take it easy. Cheers.